Okay, folks, so Ilhan Omar is not having a good week. Most of it due to her own actions and her own big mouth. Remember, this is a foreign subversive. Okay, she pretends to be somebody who is a representative of the United States. She is not. She is a representative and a foreign asset for Somalia. And she also supports subversive terrorism, I believe. I do actually heavily agree with this because of her correspondence and her tight relations with people who do support ISIS. And so she is very supportive of that. She has ties to Somalia, as I will show you. And also, she will support anything that will divide a nation, segregate it, or cause it to be deconstructed. That is very much her thing. And so, of course, she showed that earlier this week in her speech in Somalian that she gave in Minnesota, not supporting the United States, but saying to the president of Somalia, we give our allegiance first. Yes, this is her. So she is a subversive. She has no interest in anybody's rights. She is akin to the pigs in Animal Farm. You know, the pigs. If you've ever read it, if you haven't, please read it. But those pigs that had the big pillows and they took over the farmer's house, and then they made the rest of the animals who supported them in having a revolution against the farmer. They made them go outside and do the work and create and build the windmill. And those animals suffered and starved while they got fat inside and laid around on their big beds. So that's kind of where we are. And the Jihad Squad is her thing. That's Cori Bush, Presley, AOC. Who's the whatever they call it on Crowder? The adjacent, the number 6 man, Jamil Bowman. I think the guy who pulled the fire alarm in Congress. Anyway, so yep. Judging from her recent comments, we just thought Representative Ilhan Omar's allegiance was confined to Somalia only. Not true. She loves to meddle in other countries' affairs like El Salvador, where now they have a president that has reduced murder rates by 93% and basically chucked all the gangs in jail, finally. And suddenly, the citizens are doing better. Imagine that. Suddenly, they are free. They feel safe. Wow, imagine that. No, can't have that. Ilhan Omar does not like that. If the gangs aren't thriving, if crime is not skyrocketing through the roof, she is not happy. And she wanted to make sure Secretary of State Anthony Blinken got a letter about this. So she encouraged her colleagues in Congress to urge Secretary of State Blinken to do something about El Salvador's elections. I led members of Congress in sending a letter to Secretary Blinken urging action on threats to democracy in El Salvador. The State Department must review its relationship with El Salvador and defend democratic values. The Salvadoran people deserve free and fair elections without fear of repression. I see. I think repression has a different meaning. I think it's you're repressing the criminals from being able to do what they do. You're stopping them from murdering people. How could you suppress them like this? How evil is that? Well, there was context too. Readers added context. Of course, as I mentioned, El Salvador's democratically elected president Nayib Bukele won the 2019 election with a 54% majority. Under his leadership, El Salvador's murder rate has fallen 93%, and he currently has a 91% approval rating amongst El Salvadoran citizens. No, tell me no. Making people safe and helping them feel more free. Dear heaven, we must stop these people, these extremists. Oh my gosh, so somebody's mom didn't get murdered today in El Salvador? How could we let this happen? Ilhan, please. Ilhan Omar, come to the rescue. And so, Nayib Bukele had a great response. The president of El Salvador said, "We are honored to receive your attacks just days before our election. I would be very worried if we had your support. Thank you." Yep, I would too. If Ilhan Omar came to me and said, "You have my support," I would be like, "Oh crap, I'm really on the wrong path. Did I steal something, or did I hurt somebody, or did I accidentally hit somebody with my car? Oh, yeah, that maybe Elon Omar, that's why she supports me, because I'm probably doing something criminal." Yep, this is what she is, a subversive. So Paul Zapula says, "Epic troll, well done, Nayib Bukele. No one likes Elon Omar." No, they don't. No, they really don't. Perfect response. If there's one thing that unites all hemispheres of America, it's dunking on Elon Omar. Indeed, I think at this point it does. And she did write this big old honking letter to, or she had an intern write it, or AI write it, and blah, blah. I'm not even going to touch that. That's just super boring. Anyway, and Christina Pushaw says, "It's up to the people of El Salvador what kind of government they want. You should stay out of it. Seems they mostly approve of their current president because he put criminals in prison." Here's the problem for Ilhan Omar. He put criminals in prison. And most people don't want to live in a hellscape run by brutal gangs. You have no business serving in American politics. Why don't you just go back to Somalia? I would suggest the same. Please, no, don't please. Go back. Go back. We don't want you here. We don't want you here, okay? And so El Salvador begins, let's see, yes, threats to democracy. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. You should be wishing for for a president like Nayib. Okay, threats to democracy in El Salvador. With how the crime rates are in the U.S. and in your country of Somalia that you'll prioritize over the U.S., you should be wishing for a president like Nayib Bukele. Here we go. El Salvador begins transferring thousands to mega prison amid gang crackdown. El Salvador says murders fell 70% in just 2023 as it cracked down on gangs. Wow. Hey, dumb effer, if you haven't already figured this out, you aren't part of the government of El Salvador. I don't know what effing hateful anti-American idiots voted you in office here, but you should get the F out. Well, they have something to say, and it's very subtle, okay? I would have said it maybe a little bit differently, but I get it. The only threat to democracy in El Salvador is the United States. Well, I'd say so. I love America, but right now there are certain things going on in government that are so corrupt, and I disapprove of corruption. I'm anti-corruption, that's for sure. And you want to make El Salvador as dangerous as Somalia? Yeah, pretty much. Go back to your own asshole country in Somalia. Yep, there it is. And let's go back to this and see some more commentary that might be choice. Epic troll, well done. No one likes Ilhan Omar. She's a Somalian terrorist. She wants to make El Salvador. Read that one. Mr. Bukele, can you please invade and liberate us from Representative Omar, who somehow has power in DC despite sworn loyalty to a foreign nation? Yes, she has loyalty to Somalia and Somalia only. Okay, that's her job at the behest of probably some bad actors in the world. She's working on their behalf. She has no interest in the United States. Interference in foreign elections by U.S. officials is a crime under law, just to let you know. Don't listen to her. She's a threat to U.S. democracy, and law-abiding Americans want her expelled from Congress and deported back to Somalia. Yes, I agree with that. Go off. El Salvador's never been safer. There it is. Families, sunshine, farming, hopefully getting some food, and not being murdered. But remember, Omar does not like this. Remember, happy families and murder rates are low. Oh, she's not happy. Okay? Based. So this is who Ilhan Omar follows and retweets. Yes, Mujahid Stafio Ibn Islan, who cares the rest? Okay, there is power in numbers, breed like rats, and establish global dominance. Inshallah, the 21st century will see the great rise of Islam. Glory be to Allah. Yes, this is Ilhan Omar's buddy right here. Mujahid Stafio Ibn, who cares? Okay, Hodge twins, of course, gave it 3 burns, you know. And, oh gosh, hey, who is she friends with? Cuck beta male soy boy Alex Soros. The guy whose daddy is trying to dismantle freedom for the human race everywhere in the world, from Brazil to the United States to Western Europe, already has warrants out for his arrest in 6 countries. Yep, it's his son right there. So they're best buddies, of course, because they probably fund her campaign to dismantle everything that is good in the world. Okay? Then they say they do not interfere in our elections. Okay? So anyway, meanwhile, U.S. cities are crime-ridden hellholes, unbelievable. There's one thing that unites all hemispheres of America that's dunking on Ilhan Omar. You saw that already. Ilhan Omar's obsession with meddling in other countries' affairs is truly astounding. Nayib Bukele has been a beacon of progress for El Salvador, and her attempts to interfere in their elections reek of hypocrisy. Ilhan, focus on the issues in your own backyard first. In fact, don't do any of that. Just go back. Just go back. We don't need you, don't want you. You're not helping build this country. You're not giving of anything. Go, please. I guess you're married to your brother, so you guys go on a honeymoon permanently back to Somalia, where it's beautiful shores. And, well, I don't know. I can see why that place is chaos. She's she has that mentality. Make everything chaos. So anyway, you get the point. So, yeah, she's just not having a good week, but this is really due to her own behavior and her own choice of words. So please, I would like to be behind this campaign of getting her out of the United States right now. But you know what? Whatever. So thanks for watching, folks. Let me know what you think. Put your any comments below, subscribe, and I will talk to you later.